All right. So hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us, the people that are on with us and those that are watching back. Thank you for watching. This is our first class for our Valentine's Day series. We did a lunchbox series last week, or the last couple of weeks, and that was really, really good. So we've decided to do a Valentine's Day series. So basically what we'll do is over 3 different sessions, we'll show you some different options for Valentine's Day in the Thermomix. So today I'm going to show you a risotto bolognese, which is something a little bit different. And I just need to go back to the beginning. It was one that I saw someone else had made, and I was like, oh, risotto bolognese, I don't know about that, but I made it and it's delicious. It's really, really yummy. And then Angela's going to show us how to turn leftover risotto into arancini balls, which I'm really excited about because I haven't done them either. So I selfishly would like to see arancini balls. So the first step is to pop the Parmesan cheese into the bowl, and we're going to grate that. Of course, I don't have a measuring cup, but that's okay. I'll pop a bowl over the top. All right, so speed 10 seconds. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Mary. Sorry, we've got Janine and Angela presenting as well today. So we've just grated the Parmesan cheese, which I love how quickly it grates cheese. It's super fast. It's amazing. It makes it really fine. So I try and get as much off the bottom as I can, only because when it's cooking, it can stick to the bottom and brown the bowl. You don't want to do, or you want to avoid doing as much as you can. So you just get as much out as you can. I'll pop that back in. So next is 200 grams of beef mince. I think I've got a little bit over, as the kids tend to do. We're just going to pop this in. 234, so not too bad. A tablespoon of olive oil. A little trick I normally tell people is when they first get their thermi, go in and weigh a tablespoon of olive oil. Usually I find it's anywhere between 15 and 20 grams. You can just pop a glug in if you don't need to measure it, but I find it's usually about 20 grams. And then that way you don't need to get a tablespoon out every time you're using olive oil. So then we're going to pop the measuring cup into the jug. I'm just squishing that mince around so it's not in one big ball. So I've literally just got it in there like that. So this is going to go for 4.5 minutes at 120 degrees on stirring speed, reverse, so that it doesn't completely turn the mince to mush, really. Janine, did you want to start, or did you want to do yours? Because yours, we've got 4.5 minutes if you wanted to do that, or Ange, if you wanted to do something in between. Oh, Janine's here, you good? All right. Do you want to start, Ange, or are you right for Janine?
I can do even the lemon sorbet if you want me to start that, because that takes about 5 minutes to cook at one stage too.
Okay. Are you right, Janine, for that?
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. I will swap over to Ange.
Actually, grab the things I need. Okay, so lemon sorbet. We come summertime, we love a bit of sorbet, and Valentine's Day, it's a nice little refresher to have if you are making like a bit of an entree and main at home, if you want that restaurant touch at home. So sorbets are a good way to replenish and refresh your palate. So lemon sorbet today, it's the one I'll quickly do. Just don't mind all the arancini stuff that I have here. Okay. Now you won't see this set today because it needs to freeze for 8 hours before you do the last step, but I'll just talk you through the rest of the steps. So we're going to get some sugar. So I'm going to use caster sugar because I usually use the raw sugar, but I've got some left and I want to use it up. And because it's lemon risotto, lemon sorbet, I want it to stay like nice and white. So 350, a little bit more. Okay, 350 of the white sugar. And you can adjust the sugar if you don't want it too sweet. And then the 400 grams of water. So, thought I was prepared. Sorry, Mary.
All good, love.
400 water. A little bit more. Okay, and then we'll just pop that in. And that's going to cook for 5 minutes. So then, Janine, you can do your part.
All right, I'll switch over to Janine.
Sorry, or do you want me to start doing the arancini while that's cooking?
I've only got two minutes left. So if you want to talk about the arancini until mine's finished, is that all right?
Okay. So last night, and I think I'm going to start making risotto just to make these arancini balls. Last night we had risotto as a side dish. So I had some salmon that we just grilled, and then we had pumpkin. This is the pumpkin and bacon risotto from Cookadoo. It's called pumpkin and peas. However, I took the bacon out. Sometimes we replace it with chicken, but because we were having it as a side dish and we were already having salmon, I made it into a vegetarian one. So there's pumpkin, there's blitzed up mushroom, because one of the boys doesn't like mushrooms. So blitzed up mushrooms, and I sauteed that in the bacon strip, and then the peas as well. So you can pop anything. You can put some baby spinach in there. And the fact that the pumpkin kind of sifts through, it kind of looks a little bit like a traditional arancini, which is like what yours will look like, Mary, when you make your bolognese ones, because it's got that orange texture. So that's, we ate that last night as a side. I've popped that in the fridge overnight. So now, oh, sugar I just dropped on that wheel. Now that's nice and hard. So I just left it in the thermo server because it keeps things chilled or heated in there. And that's got my ice cream scoop, because I'm literally going to scoop it out now, and I'm going to turn them into arancini balls. So if you want me to go ahead, Mary, and I'll do that now, or do you want to jump back to your step?
If it's okay, I'll jump back because mine goes backwards and forwards. Sorry. Right. I'll switch over to me, and if you want to get yourself ready, if you're not ready. All right. So this is almost finished. It's got 16 seconds to go. I don't know whether you guys have seen this. I might show you quickly while it's still going. If you see in here, there's a little button called preview. So if it's cooking, you can actually see what the next steps are. So it says to transfer it to a bowl and set aside. It's just helpful to know what's coming up next. So if you're someone that just gets in the kitchen and starts cooking with whatever the first step and the first ingredient is, that's what I do. Then you can start cooking and you can just press preview and see what's coming up next so that you can prep the next parts. So that's browned that mince really nicely. So I'm just going to pop that in a bowl and set it aside. So I like that it sautés stuff in between, because it means that it ends up cooked well on its own without going gluggy or being an uneven cook. All right. Sorry, there's just a bit stuck under the blade. Okay. So next step is to transfer to a bowl and set aside. Then we've got carrot cut into pieces. I've just cut that into that sort of size pieces. Celery, I've just done one stalk. I didn't weigh it. A shallot. So no, it's not one of the long green shallots. It's actually, I think it's called an eschalot, but depends where you buy it from. It's covered in brown skin, like an onion is. And if you don't know what an eschalot is, I didn't know until I started using Thermomix recipes. So we're going to pop the lid on and blitz that for 3 seconds on speed 5. So the reason that was slow to start up was just because of the heat. All right, so scrape down the sides. It's still quite chunky. So I might, it's gonna cook it next. That's actually okay. So I'll just scrape down the sides. If you've got little kids that are fussy, like mine, or my 4-year-old, you can blitz it again. So to repeat the step, you just go to the back arrow and just repeat the step. But I'll just keep going. So a tablespoon of olive oil again. This is just to saute it. And then we'll put the lid on. That's going to go for 2 minutes. And then I'm just going to talk you through the next step so that I can keep going, and Angela's going to do the arancinis. So then we're going to add the 250 grams of risotto rice straight into the bowl. And then that's going to cook for 3 minutes. So it'll roast, like toast the rice. And then I add water, the vegetable stock, passata, a bay leaf, fine salt, pepper, and then it'll cook, it'll mix for 5 minutes and then cook for 22. Okay, so I'm going to do all those steps while Angela's still doing the arancini balls and Janine's doing her mousse. So I'll hop over to Angela.
I've got a 4-minute cook in the middle.
Oh, do you?
You want me to start and get that going?
This is what happens when I don't look at the timing of the recipes beforehand. Up to you. And you've got to do your, you got to cook one anyway, don't you?
I do have a cooked one. It doesn't take long. I can do that between the timing of everything else.
Yeah, cool. Janine, can you wait?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you want me to go? Arancini? All right. While I've got you, because I don't want this to cool down, my lemon sorbet is just asking for the next step. So that sugar and water just heated up. So now I'm just going to add in the lemon juice. So I squeezed that earlier. 200 grams of lemon. That was about 3 or 4 lemons. Okay, and then we're going to put in the water, 250 grams of water. And that's just going to mix through 3 seconds. And then I'm just going to add the egg whites in. All right, and that's just going to go, just so we can finish lemon sorbet and then we can talk arancini. 3 seconds. Okay, so this is all you're going to see from this today. All right, so this is our lemon sorbet all zhuzhed up and ready to go. Obviously, it's still liquid and still hot. The next step is just to pour it in 4 centimeter, either like a baking tray or like little silicone ice cube trays. And then you put in the freezer and you let that set for about 8 hours or at least overnight. And then the next step is, it's kind of like when you make ice cream, you're going to pop it out. So tomorrow I'll just pop it out half at a time, and then the Thermomix just zhuzhes it up to make a nice icy texture. So just in comparison, so you can see, this is an orange one that I made last week. I made orange, and so it's quite hard. I like to keep it out of the freezer for a little bit before we eat it. That's an orange one that we made, and there's a mango one also. So it's just the leftovers. We had a big tub and then they all kind of got in there. So sorbet is so versatile. Yeah, we love it. That's the lemon sorbet. And I'll quickly I think, Janine, do you want to start your 4-minute cook? And that way I can do my arancini in the 4 minutes that you've got.
Okay, hang on. Unmute. Oh God, hang on. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to be making chocolate mousse today. So the first step is just sugar. So I've got 50 grams of sugar. This is from Cookie Doo also. Won't see the finished product today because it's got a set. Okay, so 50 grams, we're just putting the lid on and we're just milling this sugar. So it's just 10 seconds. Okay. that was just your normal white sugar. It's turned into like an icing sugar consistency. Very powdery, so it makes a bit of a mess when you do these.
I'm just going to quickly show you. I've just popped the risotto rice literally straight in there. So you just pop it on top of the veggies and then toast it for 3 minutes. Sorry, Janine.
That's all right. Okay, so there's 200 grams of dark chocolate. Don't use a cooking chocolate. It doesn't set properly. It's horrible. So I've just used a Cadbury chocolate. 100 grams of pouring cream. So just your normal cream. And in that goes. Yeah, and here's where it's going to go to 50 degrees for you. It's going to cook for 4 minutes. So that's going to be all the melting and putting together for you. And yeah, we're going to come back to yours.
Awesome. Thanks, Janine.
All right, so now the arancini. All right, so like I said, leftover risotto, you can do any flavor you want. There's a mushroom risotto. All right, so you can make them any size you want as well. But basically, it's just refrigerated overnight, like I said earlier. I've just got a little ice cream scoop. Gonna get in there nice and messy. And then just make it like a little you don't have to do this, but like, I don't know, if you're dairy-free, sorry, maybe get dairy-free cheese, but everything tastes better with cheese in my life. I'm a cheese lover. Make a little indent, and then I've just got some pre-cut Colby. You can use mozzarella or tasty, whatever you want. And then just pop it in the middle, and I'm just going to make that nice and cuddly in there. So I'm just going to do them all about the same size. All right, so what I've done now, I've just flavored some flour. I've just put a little bit of seasoning in there. I've got like an Italian herb seasoning. So I'm just going to pop that in there. So it's a little bit like when you do your schnitzels. I'm going to pop the arancini ball in the flour first. Shake off all that excess. You don't want too much there. And then pop it in some whisked egg. And luckily I had a leftover egg yolk from my lemon sorbet. So that didn't go to waste today, which was good. Got a couple of eggs, just again, shake all that off. And you can season however you want. You can pop some more Parmesan cheese in any of that. And then I've got some breadcrumbs. So I've got my panko breadcrumbs here. That's just seasoned with a little bit of garlic salt and all-purpose. But you can do whatever you want. Like I said, you can add some more Parmesan cheese in that mix. And then it's just a matter of, just mix things up. It's a matter of just crumbing it. And then you can even double coat these if you want. So just press nice and firmly on that arancini because you want them nice and crispy. And then you can set them in the fridge. I find that they're okay. I did one earlier because I couldn't hold on. That was like my morning tea. They're okay to cook straight like that. Now you can deep fry them. But I have my air fryer, which we use. That's like replaced my microwave. My microwave died and I just have an air fryer now. So we use that quite a lot. So what I do, I'm just going to brush it over with some oil. You can use a spray mixer thing. Mine broke today, so can't do that. Luckily it broke this morning and not while I was on the Zoom. So just brush it with some oil or spray, and then, yeah, I'm just going to make them now so they're ready for dinner tonight. But I will show you one that I made earlier. Let me just wash my hands. Made a couple earlier, and only one has.
I was going to say, I'm impressed that there's some left.
Well, I could have made more, but I thought we're not going to have dinner tonight. Well, there's quite a bit here. So I'm going to do this tonight again as a side. And I've just got some pork with pork. We're just going to do some pork tonight on the barbecue. I'm just going to quickly heat it up a little bit more so you can get that gooey feeling. Should have done that earlier. So I'll just keep on going. But yeah, I just said if you have an air fryer, I did 180. It's a bit of a trial and error. Preheat it first, your air fryer, I think. I did 180 for 6 minutes, and then I turned it, and then I did another 4 minutes. You can do 5 and 5, whatever. So I think in total I did 10 minutes. I just gave them a little bit of a shake because I wanted them nice and golden. But yeah, otherwise you can deep fry them if you want. You can probably chuck them in the oven as well if you didn't want to deep fry. Same concept, just brush them with oil or spray them with oil and then pop them in the oven. But yes, that's 180 for 10 minutes in total.
If you were going to double coat them, do you just pop them straight out of the breadcrumbs back into egg and then back into breadcrumbs? Yeah.
I might do them at the end. I I don't want to miss up.
That's all right. I wasn't sure, only because you said it, and I was like,
Yeah, I don't think you need to, unless you really want to crumb. I'll show you how crummy they are now. I'll do one more.
I'm just going to show you the next step on mine because mine's just gone to a next step. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll add myself so they can still see you. All right, so we're up to the bit. It's fried. It's just mixed the rice through the veggies. The veggies have been sauteed, so it's done the rice. Now it's saying to add 600 grams of water. And this is a really good opportunity to put some bone broth and stuff like that into if you want to get some extra nutrients into yourself or your children or your family. Even fussy husbands, if they don't like nutrition, you can shove some bone broth in, which is really good for you and your gut. So I'm just going to pop the vegetable stock paste in. So it says 1 vegetable stock cube or a tablespoon of vegetable stock paste. With recipes that call for chicken stock paste or meat stock paste, I honestly only ever use my veggie stock paste because I don't like having multiple pastes in the fridge and I don't really feel like making them. So I always just use my veggie stock paste. I find it's got enough flavor in it for it. 300 grams of passata. So passata is literally just tomato puree. Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see the thermi then. All right, so 300 grams. All right, so I'm going to leave the bay leaf out. A teaspoon of fine salt, Himalayan rock salt. It's got a lot more minerals in it than cooking salt because they actually have everything taken out of them, stripped from it, and then they put iodine back into it, which is in my brain weird. So this is just going to mix it for 5 seconds. I don't really need to show you. It's just a bowl with water and rice and passata. So I'm just going to stir it on reverse for 5 seconds, speed 2. Angela's got her arancini ball ready. I'm so jealous.
Hopefully it's warmed up enough now, but like I said, they were cooked earlier, but I just want you to see that cheese. Oh yeah, it's not as warmed up as I think I'm half of it, but we can send you photos. Trust me, that cheese just oozes out, but it's amazing. And it's pretty crunchy, listen. Oh.
Yeah, yum.
You might not double coat it. I don't know if they're gonna last for dinner. It's so versatile. I sent a photo to my parents and we got a 70th birthday for my in-laws coming up soon. They're like, you know, we were going to get a catered for and get arancini. You know, you're probably going to get the job of that now. So, yeah, everyone's going to love them.
I'm so glad you tried them and showed us.
Really good.
All right, Janine, you're up. Angela's going to eat her arancini.
Okay, I've just gone ahead a bit because it was warm and I had to keep it. I have to keep going, so it wasn't going to. It won't set. So in the bowl, this was the cream and chocolate all mixed in here. I just added the egg yolk into here and it mixed. Then it said to put that in a separate bowl and put it all aside. And I've got a second bowl, so I just left it in there, save washing up. In here, I've now got my butterfly whisk and egg whites, and it's just whipping up all the egg whites with a pinch of salt. So that's going to be folded through. So that would be the next step. But I had to keep moving because this is
sorry.
I don't want it to all set.
Where you got to butt in and say, Mary, shut up.
I'd never do that.
Mary, can I have a turn?
So yeah, so this is just so much easier than whipping like with a hand mixer to get with your butterfly whisk in there to get your egg whites nice and stiff. But I also know that if you don't make them stiff enough too, from previous experience, it doesn't set properly. It goes all loose and watery. So make sure they're really stiff before you add them into the thingy and prolong the time if necessary.
Also, just while that's finishing up, I'll show a quick, for anyone that wants a recipe that is, if you wanted a healthier recipe, I can show you. I'm just going to mute you for a sec, Janine. If you need to talk, come off mute though. Give me 2 seconds. All right. So I'm just going to show you, there's a mousse that you can do. Let's see if I can get there before you finish. Avocado mousse. I have, oh, oops, I spelled it wrong. I have done this for people that hate avocados, and they had no idea it had avocado in it. They were like eating it up. Me and my best friend and I knew that it had avocado in it. But they didn't, and they were sitting there licking it, and they were like, this is delicious. And at the end, we told them it had avocado in it. They almost died. So this is a healthier version. So it's dark chocolate, avocado, coconut cream, maple syrup, cacao powder, and then you pop raspberries and whipped cream on it. And honestly, you would not know that it's made with avocado. It is delicious. Not that there's anything wrong with avocado, but you know, some people don't like it. I'll go back to Janine. Did you take yourself off mute? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm just going to show you the whipped, like that's
amazing.
Yeah, so that's really nice.
So much easier than by hand, right?
Oh yeah. Remove the butterfly whisk, which I always have trouble with. I don't know why.
Give it a little spin.
Yeah, it's never hard, is it? When you know the right way, but I guarantee you I'll go the wrong way every time. So
I always have to think about it, don't worry.
Yeah. And if you can't see what's in there, I'm like twist. Okay. So I've removed that, and we're going to add the whipped egg whites to the reserved chocolate mixture and fold. So I'm just going to go straight to my bowl, even though I could have put it into another bowl. Just thought, why make more mess? This looks so much better than last time. Last time it was just runny and it didn't set. They tasted good, but it didn't set. So
what did you say the difference was? It over whipped the
I just you really need to make sure that the egg whites are stiff. If they're not, it just turns into and don't use cooking chocolate. Oh yeah, husband brought the wrong one. I thought I'll try it. It didn't work. So we're just folding with the spatula gently, so you don't push all the air out of the egg whites that we just got into it. Because you want the mousse to be nice and light, not, heavy and yuck. I don't know what else to say about it. So just sort of keep folding gently with the whisk until you get a nice consistency. If you want to go back to the other parts, Marion, that go on with that, I can show you this in the glass in a minute. So they're going to go poured into the individual serving, and they're going to go in the fridge. It says for a minimum of 3 hours. So I'll take photos for you where I dress it all up once it's set. But yeah, who doesn't love chocolate mousse? So I just thought it was just a perfect thing. And my husband's not a massive sweets eater, but he loves chocolate mousse, and he buys the ones in the shop. I thought this would be so much better. So I thought I'd make him this one.
Great idea.
Yeah, so I'll show you what they look like when they're all done. I'll take photos and but I'll show you in the glass, and then we'll just put them in the fridge to set for later. So it's all folded through.
Yeah, yum. I love chocolate mousse.
Yeah, me too.
It's nice to be able to
avocado. I don't like the avocado.
Well, maybe one day I'll trick you and I'll make it for you, and you won't.
Yeah, you never know, because I made it once years ago and it was so disgusting it turned me off, but it wasn't the Thermomix recipe. So
no, use the Thermomix
probably
recipe.
Why.
I promise you, the people that ate it actively hate avocado.
I love avocado. I just don't love it I don't like my fruit and veggies. Like I don't like sweet and savory is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, but I haven't tried that one, so I bet you probably.
I didn't steer you wrong with the kale, so give it a go.
Exactly. Now I'm telling everyone else how good kale is, and they don't believe me. All right.
So Janine's just going to do up her glasses. Do you want to show us how you do one of them?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Oh, you need to clean the glasses first. I forgot you told
I've
me.
done it. I've done
Oh,
it.
you've done it. Okay, good.
Swap cameras to the other one though, if you like. So I've
Say
got-
that again.
Do you want to swap cameras?
Oh, yes, I can do that. I forgot you had the other camera.
Just don't mute me, but because
I won't. It's all right. I won't.
Yeah.
You've only got sound on one.
Does
It's
that
all.
work? Can you see what I don't know?
Oh, yeah.
See. Anyway, yeah. So is this supposed? I'm going to make 4, but I'm going to do like a fancy, and I'm going to do a. So it sort of pours in, but once it sets,
That looks so good.
it smells yummy. And then I'm going to do 2 like that, and then these ones are going to be all fancied up because, you know, make them pretty. One for hubby, even though he doesn't like fancy, he probably won't eat it. Probably be me, but anyway, he'll probably eat the plain one. And then I'm just going to do 2 plain little ones as well. You could do them in any dish you want, but I thought I'd try fancy stuff since it's supposed to be Valentine's.
It's nice.
Yeah. So when I've got to wait for that to set, I'm going to top them with some whipped cream and little heart decorations. Yeah. So when they're done, I'll show you what. When they're all set, I'll take photos and put them up for you.
You could even do like rose petals or something on top of it if you wanted to do something really pretty.
Yeah, I've got today I've got little sprinkles and stuff ready for them. So
yeah, cool.
Special ones like cut ones. And, yeah. And because I have all those cupcakes.
It'd be nice with like coconut, shredded coconut or desiccated coconut on top if you like coconut. That would be nice.
Like coconut,
You don't like coconut though.
No, not particularly.
Just some ideas though.
My favourite food.
Different ideas.
Yeah, so this one looks like probably the nicest one. So
Yum.
yeah,
Oh,
I'd rather
great.
have a glass of wine any day. So.
I look forward to seeing the photos later. Also, anyone that's registered will send you the recordings all together. So all of them will get sent at the end of the week with all of the recipes and stuff like that. So you'll have those before Valentine's Day as well. And have you got much left to do? You don't have anything else left to do you? No.
I'm prepping my dinner.
Let me hang on.
I'm not going to make it today because we have some in the fridge, but you could make your own like aioli. There's a couple of recipes on Cookadoo. And I actually did, so speaking of avocado, there was like an avocado and garlic aioli, which looked amazing. There was a cashew one that I saw that looked like really pretty good too. But otherwise just a basic mayonnaise or a dairy-free one. I know, Mary, you've made a dairy-free mayo before.
I've made an egg-free mayo, so I use aquafaba instead of egg.
Yeah. So if you feel like you need like a bit of a dipping sauce, if you just wanted to eat this as like an entree, you could do that, or a sweet chili, whatever you really want, or a bolognese sauce. If you had like your bolognese, you had like extra sauce to serve with yours, Mary. Save some. Yum.
I'm so excited to make these arancini balls. I can't even deal with it. Awesome. Well, that's pretty much it. Mine's still got 10 minutes to go. So we'll pop photos up on our social once they're done. Yeah, I'll say goodbye to the folks on the recording.